Hello, this is Pastor Tony. I want to just take a few moments as we are celebrating the Valentine season, and I have come up with several tips for you on Valentine tips, and I want to go through those with you just a few moments and just encourage you, challenge you, and get you to think perhaps even on a deeper level of what Valentine's can mean for you this year. Valentine tip number 1. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Proverbs 18:22. I want to add to that she who finds a man who knows he got a good thing finds a good thing. Women, don't settle for second best. Wait until you get the one that God has chosen for you. Secondly, Valentine's tip number 2. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Luke 6:31. Do to your wife, men, what Jesus did for his bride. Give up your rights and serve her. Sure, you might have a right to argue. Sure, you might be the right in that situation, but humble yourself and submit to that lovely bride that God has given you. Valentine tip number 3. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have the faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If you're the most spiritual person at church, but do not love your spouse, then you're nothing. I want to encourage you to be spiritual not just at church or on Sundays, but in your home. Be the priest of your home. Be the servant in your home. Valentine's tip number 4. Love is patient. This is for all of those of you who are not married yet but are single. Love is patient. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. If you can't wait until your wedding day, then it's not love. I want to challenge you that if you really love that person, make a sacred date called your wedding and wait until that moment and let God put his favor on your life. Valentine tip number 5. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Maybe your heart's not in it because you've not invested in it. Make your spouse a treasure by spending time and money on that person and see if your heart doesn't follow. Valentine tip number 6. Love covers a multitude of sins. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. People should see your spouse as royalty by the words that you say, not as a royal mess. Protect your spouse in public. Pray for your spouse in private. Valentine's tip number 7. Love keeps no record of wrongs. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. This Valentine's Day, I want to challenge you not to give something pretty, but to give up something ugly. Why don't you go ahead and forgive that person and let go of all the grudges. Begin a new day on this Valentine's Day. Valentine's tip number 8. Love is as strong as death. Its jealousy unyielding as the grave. The Song of Solomon 8, verse 6. Love is strong like death, but it's different. And it's different in this way. Death takes life away. Love gives it. Death is the end of something, but love begins from nothing. Death is an enemy, but love makes enemies into friends. Choose the power of love over the passions of death in your relationship. Valentine's tip number 9. We love because he first loved us. You see, love does not require a response from your spouse. One of my professors, Dr. Wes Pinkham, said it like this: don't live for love, but live from love. Don't live for love, but live from love. You see, whenever you live from love, it creates the capacity to sing when no one else sings, to be able to find hope in a hopeless place, and also to smile even when your heart hurts. And so I want to encourage you this Valentine's Day, sow seeds in your garden of disappointment, and in due season you will reap a harvest of love. Valentine's tip number 10. Love never ends. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8. So if you've fallen out of love, I want to challenge you, because what that means is that you've moved away from love. It's not because love has ended, because love never ends. Go back to that place of your first love. Do the things that you used to do. Say the things that you used to say. act like you did then, because love never ends. Sometimes you have to do what love does in order to awaken the emotions of love on the inside. Valentine's tip number 11, love never fails. What are your challenges in your relationship? Is it debt? Is it circumstances? Is it communication? Is it intimacy? Love never fails. Invest into that relationship through the power of love, and I guarantee it, according to the Word, that it will conquer any enemy. My last advice today is simply this. Rather than just giving hearts of kisses, let me remind you of one more scripture. John chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever would believe in Him would not perish, but have everlasting life. And for those of you that hear these challenging tips, and you hear how hard it would be with the situation that you're in, and believe me, I understand that there are some very bad situations out there. But I want to say this, that if you will give your heart to Jesus Christ, that His love will come inside of you and empower you to do what you can't do, and empower you to not do what you want to do. This is Pastor Tony. I hope that you will take these words as encouragement and as a challenge, and let Christ help you have the very best Valentine's Day you've ever had before. Walk in love. God bless you.